Leonard Ellerbe says, Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr. rematch at 147 is not official. At 154, it will be different. What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Cardinal Red Sports. Let's talk about it. Alright, y'all, so it's been some conflicting information going on for the past couple of days when it comes to the Errol Spence Terence Crawford rematch. And I just want to break down what Leonard Ellerbe had to say, give my 1,000 nickels for anybody listening.
Did Terence Crawford say that, or somebody from his team said that? And oftentimes what you see in the sport is that people speak and don't really have all the information. I haven't heard that.
Alright, so Leonard Ellerbe voiced his opinion on what's going on. He said that, did you hear it from Terence Crawford's mouth, or did it come from someone out of his camp? Because that's not official.
Bro, G, what you got going on?
You scared me, boy. And I told you I was training for the Chip World Championship. I'm trying to join a tournament. Man, that folks talking about paying me $50,000.
Oh, okay, do your thing.
Now, news came out yesterday that someone in Terence Crawford's camp said that he will be exercising the rematch, but it won't be at 154, it'll be at 147. And Terence Crawford wants no part of fighting Errol Spence Jr. at 154. He'll only give him the rematch at 147. Not only that, there was some interviews that came out with Errol Spence Jr. and he was speaking about, making weight and things about, training with Blu-ray. And I made a video about that, so you can go check that out. That was my last video. But what Leonard Ellerbe had to say is, official. He's one of the top guys with PBC and works with Showtime, so he would know what's going on behind the scenes.
Did you ever notice how I do all these routines? I do the routines about the little kids because I like kids. But then they start to grow up and become teenagers, and I don't like them anymore because they're stupid.
He didn't say that he spoke with Terence Crawford at all. So he didn't say that he has official information just yet about whether the fight's going to be at 147 or 154. What he did say definitively, though, was that if the fight's at 154, it's going to be different.
Errol gave him the opportunity when he didn't have to. He made the fight, because he wanted to do it for the fans, and he sacrificed some things. In my opinion, do what you got to do. Well, I think the 7 pounds north. Errol Spence is an incredible fighter. That's what Errol wants to do, to fight the rematch. I support him.
He said whenever you put on 7 pounds of muscle or you have an extra 7 pounds to play with, that's going to play a role within the fight, and it's going to make the fight look a lot different and could definitely bode well for Errol Spence Jr. Could give him a shot of winning the rematch. Now, is Terence Crawford the type of guy to slight Errol Spence, to be a very snakish individual and not want to give Errol Spence a rematch at 154 where they kind of had a mutual agreement? There was nothing written into the contract that says that it has to happen at 154, but they kind of shook on it, and I guess you could say they had a friendly agreement to make the fight at 154. And we even heard Terence Crawford say after the fight that he would be interested in giving Errol Spence a rematch at 154. So, until it becomes officially official, which I did say yesterday that, there are some people saying that it's going to be at 147. Terence Crawford team said that they would rather it be at 147 than 154 because I think they realize that it gives Errol Spence a slight advantage, because he's already been at that weight before. But it's not official yet.
I got that fight coming up. Your boy got to gain some weight. You ain't heard about my boxing match August 26th in Arizona? Yeah, that boy kind of big, look kind of strong. I don't want to get knocked out. Your boy need to put on some weight, meaty bitty.
And until you hear it officially, then nothing is set in stone. So, here's my thoughts, though. And I said this before. I don't think anything's going to be set in stone until we find out what's going on with Bomac. I don't think they're going to release any information about the rematch until we find out what's going on with Bomac. Even though this rematch is supposed to, according to a lot of reports, according to what they said was in the contract, we don't know if it's official or if it's not, because nobody's actually acknowledged whether what was being reported was official. Now, what was being reported was that the rematch would take place sometime in December, or, right at the end of the year. Now, whether that's early December, late December, maybe January, beginning of 2024, we don't know, but what's being reported is that the rematch was going to take place at the end of this year. So, until we hear something official, I think from what's going on with Bomac, which will be, I think, October the 9th or sometime early October, he's supposed to be arraigned.
From Little Hot. The cop gonna come up, pull behind me, had the lights and everything.
They be saying
Somebody
stuff like that.
Side on me. I was like, oh no, I ain't stopping because I ain't do nothing. And I took his handcuffs right off of him. I put his handcuffs on him. I said, I'm gonna take your ass to jail because you the one tripping around here.
They put their hands on you.
And they tried to, man. And one dude gonna come try to grab me from the back. Grab me like this, jack me up, man.
Like that?
Man, get the hell off me, man! Hey! Don't you sure that?
That's when I think the information will be put out there for the world to know whether the rematch will happen at 147 or 154. I think Terence Crawford most likely would like Bomac's intake on whether he should accept that rematch at 154 or 147. And, like Leonard Ellerbe said, 154 could give Errol Spence a slight advantage. So, I definitely think that Terence Crawford would want Bomac's input on whether to accept that or to go back to 147 where they had a big advantage.
And everything's in the core too, man. When you block punches, your lower back and your core is the most important thing besides your legs. And when me and Blue, we hit our core hard and my lower body hard. I'm always in top shape, but it gets me into, that physical shape where I'm strong.
Y'all let me know what y'all think about all that down in the comment section below. Hit that like button for me. Share. Subscribe. Holler at me on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. But you're more than likely to get a response on the tube, so holler at me over there. If you want to collabo, feature a product or your channel on my channel, feel free to hit my Gmail because it is a flock of cards at gmail.com. And we are
niggas act hard, trying to make their lifestyle tougher. Go and get their head busted like a lifestyle rubber. And you might sound tougher if you was a little more like me. Ain't no telling where your whore might be on them Bill streets. Them niggas don't fuck around. Have your ass in the wheelchair, buckle down. Paralyzed from the belly button down. Riding through the park, showing off your hover round. Shit, young niggas don't play. Nigga like me come through with a K. Young Keys go bar for bar. The reason your favorite rappers in a armored car. I'm trying to conquer the ville and move on. Fuck stepping, I got my ass kicking shoes on. After that, I'm getting a new pair. Y'all remind me of a nigga that do her. Chances are you're probably gay. Keys play too much is what you probably say. But hey, I just gotta be Mike, man. I'm grimy as the alleys at night, man. I'm about to get it poppin' like raggedy bike chains. Oh, let me catch my breath. You're about to catch your death from Young Keys, the freestyle emperor, pimping your chicken, bruh. Then I'm slipping dick in her. This is for my cousin Wayne. Back in '98, some buster slayed him. July 25, 1981. Alright, mom's had her tubes tied. I survived. Must have been a sign, still couldn't be denied, motherfucker. Young Keys come through, spotless, chicks topless. Watch how I rock this. Wait a minute, hold up. Wait a minute, hold up. Wait a minute, and I'm back in this bitch. I left this hoe alone, now I'm back with this bitch. She heard that I be rapping and shit. Spectacular spit. I'm about to get the album cracking. It's about to happen. Plus I got an ounce of action. Niggas get bounced for taxing. Oh, I better get 4 for my 2 and my O. 4 blunts for dubs. Whole stunt for us. We bust the club looking clean in the regal. Flowing outside like weed is legal. And plus I show love when I see my people. Like yeah, you can hit that. Just give me my shit back. And then I kick back and smoke a big black. Them chicks want the big black.